question, because it's a hard reality that, you are right. And we've had a few of those. And thankfully, I have learned. I mean, we've got such limited resources, and then, the time that's needed to manage the people, but also the fact that we are such a slim organization. We need them to produce, and we need them to produce and be a great face for our organization. And if they're not thorough, or they don't have the self-starter kind of capability or the understanding of the space, like, again, if they haven't ever done anything with ocean conservation or sustainability, then they're going to seem lost, and it's going to show. And so that's why we've, it's definitely been an iterative process, and we've only had, I think, 3 cycles of interns, and I think there were three total that we, had to shorten their time span with us, unfortunately. But yes, leaving as friends is a big.
I think you mentioned that you can afford to pay them to do about a 5-hour week. Give me a picture of what a 5-hour week, what they'd be doing during that 5-hour week.
So the way we've currently structured it is people own different things. Like, I want them to own a certain piece of the organization so they can create objectives, or we can create objectives together, and then they have some measurable results that they want to achieve. And whether they achieve them perfectly or not is not the point, but it's just that they're working towards that, and then at the end they have something that they can put on their resume that they are specifically responsible for.
And you're not doing it, so
for
I'm not
instance,
sure you guys are
one super easy one is the social media intern, and she's responsible for doing research on relevant and sometimes timely topics, and then posting educational information on our social media Instagram. And so I mean, that research takes some time, and then there's graphics that are associated with those posts. So 5 hours actually goes really quickly for a social media person. And then we have someone dedicated to customer engagement. So we have these, like I told you, engagement programs. And so she creates programs that will keep our community active and feel like, we're here, we're doing the work. We want to create an opportunity for you to participate in that work. So I mentioned the Friday Fun Day. So she's putting that program together, and then she'll execute that and track that. But also she's working with ambassadors, and so making sure she's communicating any new messaging on a weekly basis to our ambassadors. And then she might also pick up something else. So she's got to really manage those 5 hours. And in some cases, to be quite honest with you, they work more than 5 hours, because again, it's a nonprofit and they're passionate about this. So putting some extra time in, which is their decision and at their discretion, is something that they often end up doing.
One thing you might consider, and I'll tell you, they just love this if you do it. So, and it was one of our interns that suggested it. I think it wasn't me. I didn't think of it. We have what's called a Wall of Fame. And if Wall of Fame, and it's in our office, and I'm in our studio right now. Sometimes I do the webinars from our office, but I think it's 112 people on the Wall of Fame right now. We also have some Where's Waldo in there, because we've got a couple dogs and a cat that are buried in there too. But to get on the Wall of Fame, you have to do 3 things. You have to have completed your internship acceptably, so that we felt you did what you were supposed to do, and you felt good about the outcome of it. And secondly, you have to, I said 3, it's really only 2. That was the first 2. Complete it, both sides feel good about it. Third is you have to continue to do work in the field, which means something that is sustainability, regenerative, in our case, economic. We love that word. So we say if you're in, so maybe you're moved on in college, so now you're a grad student, but you're a grad student in, I don't know, history, and you're not doing anything, we take you off the Wall of Fame. And we've taken some people off. Well, it's a real pride that they have that their pictures are on the Wall of Fame. And, they're just 3x5 pictures that we take and print them up and put a little frame around them. I mean, we probably got a couple bucks into the cost of it. other than the time. So when you have and we are very intern oriented, when you have a program that's really reliant on interns, you want to do what you can do to get it to where because we haven't recruited for an intern in at least 5 years. We'll get 100 plus to fill 10 positions because of word of mouth, because the interns that we had are so proud and so happy, excited about what they have been able to do. So
I love that
idea. We're
seasonal.
Yeah. So think about a wall of fame for your intern.
I absolutely love it.
I just love this idea. I got to ask another kind of Shark Tank type question. By the way, if anybody else has any other questions, throw them in here. So you said that you sell them at retail, you'll sell them at wholesale for around $6. I hope you're able to get them made for something in the range of $2 or $3. That you're not losing money on the bags.
No, we are definitely not losing money on the bags. We are not losing money on the bags, and we sell them for $6.30 wholesale. And to be honest, I mean, we definitely make money on the sale of the individual bags more than we make on each bag, obviously, for the wholesale cost. And our whole goal to get started was minimum barrier to entry. We don't want to make it difficult for people to kind of get a bag or have this tool. And again, you don't have to have a barrel bag to participate and use our impact tracker. It's just a tool. And again, we've got some programming built around it. But no, we do make some, not very much at all when we sell them wholesale. We make more when we sell them retail, and the money that we do get as profit absolutely goes back into helping us run our organization, and it just means less fundraising we have to do, but we still get money from foundations and private donors. And one other thing that we do, which is kind of I don't know if it's unique, but it's kind of nice. It feels really good. We started last year. We are doing these community impact campaigns where we're raising money for our organization, but we're also supporting another organization, another nonprofit through our fundraising efforts. So for instance, last year we did a GoFundMe campaign where we were raising money for Barrel Bag, but we were going to donate bags to the Green Schools Alliance, which is this massive network of schools that they're creating sustainability leaders in their elementary and middle school youth schools that are participating in the Green Schools Alliance. And so we donated bags to one of their schools called the Nightingale School, actually in New York. And we're in the process now of working with them, and we've got a cleanup that we're scheduling. We're just trying to get the date on the books in New York in Central Park, where those kids will go out with their barrel bags that we donated to them and do a cleanup with their school instructor. And we're about to run another one with the Bay Area Wilderness Training nonprofit. They are a nonprofit that trains teachers and educators how to bring underserved kids into the outdoors, and it teaches them outdoor survival skills and such. And so we're going to donate 5% of whatever we generate through that campaign to them for their scholarship program. So it's kind of this circular, I think, thing. We want everyone to get involved. We think everyone makes a difference.
Awesome. Well, we got about 5 minutes left, and I like to end it with letting you just give us anything you want as kind of final thoughts. I think we've been scrolling through, you know, how to get a hold of you, and Mark and Arib, you might want to go back to make sure that we sort of end where there's contact information for Loren and for Barrel Bag. But just sort of take a few minutes now and just sort of tell us final thoughts. And,
well, could we end? I mean, I think it'd be really great to end with this one little video. I think it's short. It's like two and a half minutes maybe. And it's called The Power of One. and it was one of the first videos that Tucker did, and there was a call to action in the video towards the end that was, you know, inviting people to donate $1, right? Like it was, the point was, you know, $1 makes a difference, right? Like, and one person can have an impact, and the power of one person, but we can ignore that one little call to action in there, but the message in the power of one is, again, the core of who we are, which is about the individual taking action and taking responsibility. So if we can just roll that, that would be a great way to take us out.
I'm Tucker Rooms, and I'm a 16-year-old high school student from Mill Valley, California. I'm a surfer and an outdoor enthusiast, and I believe that we as individuals have the power to affect change. So you might say, I believe in the power of one. This year, I learned that over 15 trillion pieces of plastic trash are polluting our oceans and harming our wildlife. I felt compelled to do my part and help solve this problem because I believe in the power of one. Plastic ocean pollution kills millions, if not tens of millions, of sea creatures each year worldwide. Sea turtles, dolphins, sharks, whales, fish, and even very small parts of the marine food chain like plankton die from becoming entangled and strangled in plastic left over from fishing lines and fishing nets. Single-use plastic bags, plastic straws, and a plethora of other plastic pollution that eventually breaks down into microscopic pieces are mistaken as food and ingested by seabirds and even larger marine life like whales. I want to help stop these senseless deaths from happening, and I am helping the global solution to fight plastic beach pollution because I believe in the power of one. This past April, I started Barrel Bag, a grassroots social movement shaping the way surfers, beachgoers, and environmentally minded people take responsibility for our beaches. Barrel Bag is a compact, reusable, and eco-friendly beach cleanup bag that serves as a physical reminder for people to pick up after themselves and even others when they go to the beach. Barrel Bag can easily be taken with you when you go to the beach, walk around the lagoon, go camping near a river, scuba dive out in the middle of the ocean, or attend a beach cleanup event. There really is no place where a barrel bag can't be put to use. So, I ask you, do you believe in the power of one? If so, I'm challenging you to visit www.barrelbag.org and donate $1 today. My goal is to create environmental awareness and help eliminate debris, primarily plastic, from beaches and waterways around the world. For every $5 we collect, one barrel bag goes into production, and that means one more member of our army is equipped to fight this battle with us. My goal is 1 million bags into production. I invite you to come and join me because I believe in the power of one.
Very cool.
I guess we're running out of time.
That's just awesome. And I'm going to end with a question, and then you take it out. And as soon as Loren's done, and when she waves, Mark, you go ahead and take us out. Your son, because college is a time when, does he still have that same passion that we saw in that video today, or similar to it?
He does. But he's, you know what, it's funny because he doesn't have, I think he doesn't realize what he started. And so he's like, Mom, I just created this bag. I'm like, no, you didn't. You created like a program, an idea, a concept and you turn it into something that's inspiring other people's. I mean, 15,000 of these barrel bags have gone out. And again, it's not just about the bag. It's about what the bags stand for and represent. And so he's actually now actively looking for other internships that he can participate in so he can learn more and bring that, you know, into his fold. And he's kind of marrying business and environmental stuff, but his real passion is the environment. So,
all right. Well, we are.
I thank you so much for having me. Take care.
Yeah,
all right.